welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about what are some of those careers which are purely physics as a background. If you're very fascinated about physics and the different disciplines of physics, what are those careers purely based on physics? And of course, after 10th grade, one has to choose maths, physics, chemistry as their mainstream subjects. Let's see what are some of those physics-based careers. But before even that, and of course, as we all know, physics is a natural science of matter, involving about study of matter, the constituents, fundamentals, the motion, the behavior, the space, the time, a lot of energy related and force related studies. And it is an interdisciplinary such as research, biophysics, quantum chemistry, and so on and so forth. And it doesn't a limit there. It advances in the understanding of electromagnetism, the solid state physics. It also contribute to the development of new products which are transforming the modern day society, the modern day world. If you think about the yesteryear television and the evolvement of the television into different dimensions, different new technology, and of course very importantly the computers and the computer science and a lot of domestic appliances that we have been using that makes our life easier. And not only that, the nuclear weapons, which is again a little scary, but yet physics is the basis for all of that. And of course it also advances in thermodynamics. And of course there are a lot of different disciplines within that physics, a lot of segments that are available. Now in this video we're going to talk about an indicative list of various occupations or careers that one could pursue depending on their interests or abilities. But primarily the requirement is maths, physics, chemistry as a mainstream background at a +2 level, at 11th and 12th grade level. So here is the first set of careers: the physicist, astronomer, geophysicist. Without mentioning about the astronomer, astronaut, physicist, the list doesn't get completed. And these are the quite most heard about, working for NASA, ISRO, maybe SpaceX, and some of those lot of startups in the last few years that have come in place purely based on the astronomy and the space science. And the next set of careers are basically the material scientist, material engineering, material scientist. It is about understanding, developing about new materials for various industries. The nuclear physicist, it's all about the radiation, nuclear energy. And the medical physicist, this is about the healthcare, particularly in radiation therapy. Oncology is what they call, right? And the next set of careers here are the engineering physicist, which combines physics and engineering to solve some of the technical challenges. Engineering physicist, particle physicist, space scientist, acoustical physicist, which is a specialization of sound and its properties. Sound engineering is also, they call it relatively. And space scientist, we all know that it is about the exploratory of planetary sciences primarily. And then next set of careers are the condensed matter physicist, which is about dealing with the condensed matter such as solids and liquids. Quantum physicist, it's about quantum mechanics and its applications. Environmental physicist, it's about the environment, the sustainability, and some of the principles around that. How do we make sure that our environment is sustainable? The evolutions, the innovations that we are making or going through, they should be environmental compliant, which is a very crucial requirement. And the next set, atomic and molecular physicist, fluid dynamics engineer, solid state physicist. When you talk about fluid flow, and understanding the physics behind that is about fluid dynamics engineer. And solid state physicist is about the properties of behavior of the solid materials. So look at it. There are quite a few details, quite a few deep dive in information I'm sharing here. When at a high level we talk about purely the physics based careers, what comes to mind? The astronomy, astronaut, space scientist, quantum physics, physicist. But there are further more detailed deep dive indicative list I'm bringing up on this video. And again, as I always remind, make sure that pick up these clues and see what specialization, what subject expertise that one need to gain, and to what level that needs to be taken up in order for you to gain that expertise and pursue that career in that field. It is very important. Do your due diligence, take help of your counselor, mentor, or talk to elders and talk to somebody who has been already working in that domain, in that industry, so that you get a better perspective. And the next set of careers, the radiation safety officer, oceanographer, planetary scientist. These are again another set of very interesting, marine life, related, or planetary motions about different planets and so on. These are another set of careers that one could consider, or rather, these are the various roles that one could play when you're interested in physics, and then choose some specificity. Okay, so that's more important. The next set is the energy analyst, renewable energy specialist. Like I said earlier few minutes ago, these sustainable energy, renewable energy, these are some of those most sort of careers which have been picking up the pace, and of course in the future as well. So far we have looked at a handful of careers or roles that one could play with physics as a background, and those I've coined them as a contemporary. If you would have noticed on the on the screen, they are called as a physics-based careers which are contemporary. That means they were there yesterday, they continue to be there today, and they will exist in future as well. Now let's look some of those futuristic or trending in the future, which are purely physics based: nuclear physicists, quantum physicists, astrophysicists. Again, some of them are contemporary and futuristic as well. Keep that in mind. They exist and they continue to prosper in the future as well. And the next set is the medical physicist. It's about ensuring the safe and effective use of radiation in healthcare, cancer treatment, especially medical imaging, and all of that. Material scientist, renewable energy specialist. This is another set of careers that one could look at when it comes to renewable energy and sustainable energy. We have been talking about. It's all about energy technologies. We have solar, wind, and geothermal power, and all of that. So becoming a specialist in that area, because it's alternative energy, alternative source. We have been constantly looking, the world has been constantly looking, and of course material scientists, it's about designing, developing, and coming up with various different applications, especially in the field of electronics and aerospace. That's what the the material scientist typically looks at. And the next set of careers, again, space scientist is again a quite common phenomenon that we come across, and quantum electronics engineer. Look at this, quantum electronics engineers, they design and develop various devices and technologies which are primarily based on quantum properties, like sensors, communication systems, and all of that. So do a deep dive. What is this quantum physics, quantum electronics, quantum engineering? Because a lot of premium institutions have been offering this quantum physics, quantum engineering, space engineering kind of subjects. And the next one is the particle physicist, which is again the subatomic particles and the fundamental forces. And climate scientist. Climate scientist is again about the renewable energy, sustainable energy we talked about. This is about having hold on the or researching about the climate changes, its causes. How do we make sure that we sustain and those environment, and how do we make sure that there is a less or no impact on the society, on the mankind? This plays a crucial role, and it is a global challenge the entire world is been facing. So my friends, those are some of the, again, a handful of indicative, futuristic, and trending roles or occupations or careers, you may want to call it, with physics as a background. And I repeat, when I say physics-based careers, primarily after your 10th grade, you're going to choose maths, physics, chemistry as your mainstream subjects. And then eventually you could do engineering or Bachelor of Science in the discipline, or for that matter, these would be ideally, if it is in India, BE, BTech, or BSc, When you look at outside for an undergraduation, there will be different other courses available, but eventually all of these careers, if you look at, they would need one to get to to a master's level or to a PhD level. Not just with an undergraduate level you're going to get into this. It is not typically doing a computer science engineering and then becoming a programmer or a developer and looking for a quick win of getting campus placed and all. These would require a lot of effort, a long-term academic oriented careers, you may call it. Typically, after your plus two, you need to be willing to do your 3 or 4 year undergraduate program, followed by 2 year masters, and followed by 3 to 5 years of your research PhD. Only then it would lead you to these careers, because these are very specific roles. These are very important roles. So keep in mind those careers, my friends, and I hope that adds value to your understanding, and it gives you hope of different roles that one could play if you're interested in physics. Though you're interested in physics, you don't have to be obligated to do only engineering and then become somebody which doesn't necessarily do anything with physics as a main subject. So if you're fascinated with it, look at this. So if you like that information and if it adds value to your context, please do like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. So it adds value to, and also an encouragement to us to come up with more such videos like that. So until then, we see you in the next video. Thank you so much, and do take care.